Hi everyone, I hope you are all well and welcome back to my channel. So today I am sharing with you all my Instagram tips and tricks and how I get my photos and how I edit my photos and everything to do with like how I go about creating my Instagram. I suppose I wanted to share it with you because I get questions all the time about how I edit my photos and like the apps I use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you kind of through how I go from like my idea to actually like posting the photo. So the first thing I will do is I will obviously, if I have a photo that I want to take, an outfit that I want to shoot, I will decide on the kind of aesthetic or whatever that I'm gonna go for with the photo. I look at like the colors, the kind of vibe that I want to like create. I suppose I figure out basically how I want the photo to look. So when I have everything figured out, I will start to actually get the photo organized. So I use my phone for basically all of my photos. So I have the iPhone XS and it's really good for photos. I never use like the selfie camera. I always use the other one because the quality is obviously so much better. And I also have a ring light, which is really important because lighting is like so important whenever it comes to taking your photographs. Obviously if you're outside, the natural light is good enough, but if I'm inside, I always use my ring light. It's really hard to edit like a badly lit photograph, so my ring light is like my baby. The next thing I do whenever I'm taking my photographs in my bedroom myself is I play music because I feel like it makes your movements in the photographs more natural. So another thing is obviously it's a bit scary getting photographs like whenever someone else is taking them for you. So I find that like doing them yourself in your bedroom with the self timer, I take so many photographs. It's actually a joke because I've done so much of that. It's made me very comfortable in front of the camera and like I can mess about like, and especially my sister and my mom will take my photographs if I'm not taking them myself, and I feel very comfortable around them. Obviously they're my family. If there's someone else taking your photographs, make sure that you're comfortable around them and just have fun, like play around a bit, do something different. Like if it doesn't turn out well, then just it's grand, like just delete it. I've been playing around a lot more recently because we're in quarantine. I have a lot more time and I think it's just fun to like try to create something different so all your photos aren't the same. Like I really try to think about every single photo that I created. So playing around with like your angles, your lighting, your posing, movement, like jump up and down, like I really do play around in my bedroom on my own when I'm taking my photographs. I'd be jumping all over the place, I'd be dancing in front of the camera, like, and a lot of the times they're like the best photos that come out. So yeah, that is basically how I go about taking my photographs. Okay, so when it comes to editing, I basically edit all my photos the same. So I take my photos into Facetune, and like normally if they're against this wall, I will whiten the background. I'll kind of whiten anything that's white in the photo. So yeah, that's all I do in Facetune really. I just whiten the background. The odd time I will smooth my skin, but I don't really do that much because normally if my skin looks bad, I just add a grain over it and be done with it. So when I'm done with the face tuning, I will take my photo into the Tezza app, which is the app that I use for everything basically. I pay for it. I think it's about £5 a month. I pay for the photos and the videos, but you can just pay for the photos if you want, and you get all the filters. I use maybe about four of the filters, I would say, depending on the photo. So I'll put the photo into the app and I will edit like the brightness and all that. That's basically my photo edited. Then I use Unfold for like the little collages. I know some people ask me about that. So Unfold has like loads of little collages. They're so cute. I also use Lightroom and vsco the odd time for like editing the brightness and temperature, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I just feel that they're better than editing all that like technical kind of stuff in the Tezza app. I just feel like they actually edit them better, but then I put them into the Tezza app to get my little filter. I feel like using a filter really makes like your feed very cohesive, so that's why I always use a filter. Like majority of the time whenever I post a photo, there's some kind of filter on it. So whenever I have everything edited, I will put it into my preview app. So I have an app that like previews your feed. So you can kind of plan your feed. Someone asked me, do I schedule posts? I never schedule posts, but I plan my posts and when I'm going to post them. So I have this preview app, and you just put your photos in, you can move them about, and it just shows you what your photos are going to look like when you actually post them. And so that's it there. I don't even know if you can see it. I should probably just put a screenshot in, but that's what my feed looks like, and you can just like move the photos about, and very, very handy. And I put every single photo into that. I will not post a photo on Instagram unless it's been in this app first. So yeah, basically that's how I go about planning and taking my photos and editing them and then posting them. So I'm also going to talk about how to grow your following. So I don't really consider myself like that many followers, to be honest, but I got a good few questions about how to grow a following and how to like establish like a presence on social media. So I am going to talk about that now. I have a few little tips, and this is just what works for me. I just want to say, first of all, there's no like hack to growing your following. There's no like easy way. You don't just wake up one morning with like 1,000 new followers. It just doesn't happen like that. It takes a lot of hard work. But yeah, if you're not willing to put in the work, it just isn't going to be handed to you. Like, it is like a second job, honestly. Genuinely, you actually don't even see the amount of work that is put into Instagram. Like, it is a job. Like, there is a reason why people are making a living from this, because it is like a full-time job. That's just my little disclaimer. I have 6 tips, and this is just what has worked for me. Okay, so the first tip I have to grow your following is to find your niche. So for me, my niche, I would say, is fashion and kind of general lifestyle positivity. Find yours, whether it's beauty, skincare, like fashion. Don't try to do everything, because if you try to appeal to like everyone, people are just gonna be like, you're boring. Okay, so my second tip kind of relates to what I was just saying. So be consistent and post good quality content. I try to post basically every single day. I post on my story every day, and I like to keep people updated on what's going on in my life. So people are naturally very curious and nosy. So I feel like people like to see what you're getting up to. There's so many content creators on Instagram and on YouTube and on every platform that you need to be so consistent, otherwise people will just forget all about you. The majority of the time, if I go on someone's page and I don't like the look of their feed, I don't follow them. I just click off. I like a feed that looks nice. Even if I never go on their page again, like looking at someone's feed gives you a quick little insight to what their posts are going to be like. Even if you don't even click into any of their photos, seeing what their feed looks like, and if it is all cohesive and looks nice together, people will just be more likely to follow you. So my next tip is to actually offer something to your followers. So this kind of relates to finding your niche. I feel like the majority of the time people want to learn more, whether it's about food, fashion, beauty, skincare. So like I said, I am all about fashion, but the main thing that I want my followers to take from my page is positivity and happiness and good vibes and everything like that. So that's what I am offering to my followers. So obviously if you're really into like food, you want to be offering your followers like recipes. Like, I know being Olivia Nash, she's amazing. She is so good with like coming up with recipes, like baking food recipes. She's showing her food hauls. Like, she is really good at like offering her followers stuff, and like you want to be consistent with that as well. I know I'm skipping back to the consistency thing, but it kind of relates to this as well. So like, you want to, if you're posting food content, you want to keep posting food content, because obviously people are following you because of that. You don't want to randomly someday just start posting, I don't know, gaming content or something like that, because people like, people follow you for your niche, so stick with that, stick with what you know. I don't know if what I said there made sense, but you want people to take something away from your page basically, and you don't want to just be offering them like superficial things. Actually like try to educate people and like help people if that's what you want. So my next little tip is to be genuine. I know that there's a lot of people, personally I find, who follow people for a follow back, which I just don't really agree with, to be honest. I follow people because I like their content, I like who they are, I like what they're all about, and I just don't agree with people following and unfollowing. It's just a kind of, it's a bit pathetic. I just find it's a bit immature. Like, who cares? Like, who actually really cares? You should want people to follow you because of your content, not just because you followed them. So I just don't agree with the whole following, unfollowing people. It's just not my style. I have a couple of names that I know, and they have unfollowed me and followed me a lot of times, and like, people do notice. I know them. Like, I could literally list them here now. Obviously I'm not gonna, but and you should just be willing to put in the work, to be honest. If it's what you want to do, put in the work and it'll come. Like, there's no, like I said already, there's no like quick fix to getting followers. And yeah, just be genuine in general. Like, me and Reese talked about this. We can spot fake people in this industry a mile away. Like, when you've been in it for a very long time and you've kind of met a lot of people in it, you can tell who's in it for the wrong reasons. So just be genuine. And this leads me on to my next tip, which is to just be yourself. I follow people because of their vibe, what they're all about, and I feel like a lot of people do that. If you're trying to be somebody else, you're not gonna be able to keep it up, and people won't really know you. Like, people like to feel like they've made a connection with someone. I follow people because I feel like they're my friends, even if I've never spoken to them before. I feel like I know them. Just be yourself, be genuine, and be consistent, and the people who want to follow you will follow you, and they'll be the ones who stick around. And my final tip is to just not get bogged down with the numbers. If you are creating high quality content consistently, you're genuine, you're being yourself, you're offering something to your followers, and you're just enjoying it, people will see that and people will follow you and they will stick around. I want people to follow me. Like, I don't care really about the followers. It's nice, obviously, to get recognized, and it's nice to like have people sharing your page and commenting and all that, because I do put so much work into it. But I don't really care about the followers, to be honest. Like, I genuinely like creating content. I like being positive online. I like trying to help people. I like people feeling good when they come to my page, and I feel like that. So yeah, I don't know if that made even sense. I'm sorry if I've just rambled for like 20 minutes. But I hope that you can take something away from this. If you have any other questions, just comment down below or text me on Instagram and I'll get back to you. Everybody knows if you text me about anything that I use, any apps, any questions that you have, I always try to get back to people, and I try to help people as much as possible. And I hope that you know that. Like, I just feel like there's enough room on the internet for everybody if you want to do it. So yeah, I try to share as much as possible. That's why I made this little video, because so many people had been asking me my different tips and tricks. So I hope it was helpful to some of you, and if not, I'm sorry. But I'll be back again in a few days with another video, and yeah, that's about it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.